What's up, guys? Topic for today is your story, your life story, basically. That's the topic for today. Also, if you guys have been following, and know that I like to get out, right? Do these walk and talks. Just show you guys some places. Yeah, anyways, my story today. Why I am where I am today. And I just want to start from the beginning. I mean, the size of this tree, eh? Look at that. Can you guys tell? Jesus. It's there. But anyways, guys. So, born in Vancouver, moved to a small island off the coast of Vancouver, West Vancouver, called Bowen Island. That's kind of where I started school. I touched a lot on my key topic, my passion topic, which is how much I dislike and actually despise the traditional education system, whether that be elementary school, middle school, high school, college, university. I think it's terrible. Just the way they teach people, and I could never handle the classroom environment. It wasn't for me, and it was something I struggled with for a while. Sitting in a freaking chair, learning. We moved to the Big Island, Vancouver Island, which is a 2-hour ferry ride from Vancouver. Look at this water. Look how clear that is. I would go in there right now, not in what I'm wearing. So then we moved to Vancouver Island, the Big Island, but small town, right? Back to a small town. So I had to go back into public school. I couldn't handle it. I got to high school and grade 9, man, and it was a drastic change because in middle school I was actually doing well. And then grade 9 came around and I just grades went right down. I just hated it. I didn't even want to go to school. I had friends there, but it wasn't enough to keep me in school. And the classroom environment was just bullshit. I couldn't retain any information. It's not how I learn, right? It was hands-on. That's the way I learned. So, I just despised it. And I was also involved at the time in the fire department. I learned a lot of life skills and did a lot of fun stuff there, and I really enjoyed it for the time I was there. And then, I'd been pursuing this vision I had for this career, this lifestyle, I had a passion for at the time, and I did. And 18, I hadn't even graduated yet, and I got an interview for this big company. Right, it was before graduation, so I actually had to expedite my graduation process. I don't even know how I graduated, to be honest with you, but I finished all my necessary courses in 2 weeks, and got out of there and actually. I got hired. Out of 5,000 applicants for this one position, only 50 were selected for an interview, and out of those 50, only 5 people were actually hired for this job in this big company. And I was one of them, right? 18, straight out of high school. And I think I don't know if it was fortunate or just the fact that I'd been working towards this and I had this vision, and I'd been doing a lot of things that were leading up to this point that ultimately got me to that position to be able to, meet the requirements and actually get hired for this job, this career. And I thought I was set. I thought that was the answer, right? I got into this company, career, benefits, pension, starting young. I thought that was, bought into the career thing. That's what the masses do, right? I didn't always think the entrepreneurial way like I am now. Like I talked to you guys in my previous lives. I wasn't always like this. It was great for the first year. And then into the first year, the end of the first year, and I was not happy. I fell back into this unhappy state like I had been through high school and, even before that, right? That's kind of the state I was in for a while, and I'd gotten out of that state into this career that I thought I wanted, and for the first year, I actually enjoyed it, right? I thought I could do this for 35 years, right? Not thinking any other way. I'd look back on it now, it's hell no, I'd do that. And I just fell back into this unhappy state, and I was I can't do this, I cannot go back to school. I hated school, I hated the classroom environment. There was no way I was going back to school, and to pay for it, are you kidding me? Not gonna happen. So university or college was out of the question. I didn't want to do that job anymore. I didn't know what to do. And then it was halfway into my second year, and somebody introduced me to a network marketing opportunity, right? The pyramid scheme thing. So I went to this conference. So I go to this conference, and it really opened my eyes. Like, it totally, I thought it was the answer. I thought that was going to be what got me out of my unhappy situation that I was in. I got involved in the company. The lotion potion thing, bought the products, got involved like on the marketing side, and I thought that was the answer. I was like, wow, I see the potential here. I see all the top earners in the company, and they're like, they got the freedom lifestyle I wanted, everything like that. They didn't have to report to anybody. They didn't have to like request days off and stuff, and live for the weekends or live for retirement or live for those 2 weeks of holiday you get every year. Like that was the corporate world. That was madness, right? I couldn't settle for that anymore because now I'd seen another way. Nobody tells you, right? Your recruiters don't tell you, your upline doesn't tell you, the company doesn't tell you how hard it actually is to succeed in network marketing because of how intensive it is. On the marketing side, marketing in person like that, and making new friends, right? And like people that you try and be friends with, even though you really don't want to, for whatever reason, you got nothing in common, but you try and be friends with them just to get them into your business, right? And I thought that was madness. I was like, wow, like, yeah, I see the potential here, but Jesus, I can't do that either. I didn't have a passion for it. There was no passion. I didn't have a passion for that, and I didn't have a passion for my job anymore. And that was what was putting me in the unhappy state. I was in my job miserable for 2 years. Before I actually, at my lowest point, I walked into work one day and I'm like, told my boss, I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. I am at my lowest point, literally living for the weekends right now. Barely had any time to do anything I really wanted to do. I didn't have freedom. That's what I wanted. And so at my lowest point, left my job. I quit that and quit it with no plan B. It was a bold move, probably a move that the masses of people would never even think of doing, or think of doing it but never actually follow through and do it. And I did. I didn't have a plan B. I wasn't, and I wasn't just leaving a job, right? It's not like I was working at a grocery store. It wasn't just any job that I could go and get again. This was a big company, solid, secure career, right? The whole thing that everybody buys into in the corporate world. And that's what I left, right? I just quit that. I drove back from Vancouver that day after quitting. And I was sitting in silence. I didn't listen to any music, radio off, right? It was like an hour and a half drive back to, I was just thinking, right? My mind was just going like, did I make the right decision? What am I going to do? I don't know. Deep in my heart, I knew it was the right decision because I was so unhappy, and I knew that I had to take that step and take that action before I could make any changes. If I didn't do the change, if I didn't make the change, nothing was going to change. So I had this eureka moment just to make the change, right? I quit my job now. I put myself in a situation where I couldn't fail, right? I had to only look forward. I couldn't look back. Put myself in a situation where I had to pursue entrepreneurship. I knew that was the answer. I knew that's what I wanted to pursue because that was ultimately the only thing that was going to get me to where I wanted to be and live the lifestyle of freedom that I wanted, right? But I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know what I was going to do. I started looking online, right? But the problem was I was doing so much research on this and buying these products and everything that I actually developed the shiny penny syndrome, right? And for anybody who tried online business before or anything like that, you'll know what that is, where you see stuff online, you're just like, oh, that's it, that's the answer, that's what I'm gonna do. So they buy the program, right? And then you see another thing and you buy that. So that's what I actually developed early on. I didn't have the mindset beforehand to understand what I was actually doing, right? I wasn't pre-framed. I was just buying stuff and thinking, buy this and then that's the ticket, right? But it doesn't work like that, and I've learned that the hard way. I learned how to avoid the shiny penny syndrome, right? And that's something I tell people now. Don't do that. But also at the same time, with the shiny penny syndrome, I came across something. I came across a company and a mentor that I fully resonated with, like the vision, everything. And that's where I stopped my shiny penny syndrome. That's where it all stopped, and that's where my ultimate focus and journey to where I know where I need to focus now, right? my unsure path, my unsure mindset that I was in is now gone, because now I know exactly where I need to focus on the vision I have now, and what I need to focus on that's going to ultimately get me where I want to be. So I came across this company, right? This not just a company, but a mentor, an educational platform that's absolutely phenomenal. Like for anybody at all, anyone wanting to succeed online and have the freedom lifestyle that you see out there all over your Facebook feed, right? Like, all of that is just crap. It's all garbage. All the sponsored posts you see, guys, it's all crap. Don't even think at all that that's going to get you, it's not secure. It's all insecure. I mean, look at all the companies that have been shut down, right? Because of stuff like that. Recruiting people into something, this is how you make money, right? But it doesn't work that way. You got to put in the hard work. There's no free route. There's no free route, guys. So I kind of learned that the hard way in the beginning, like thinking there was an easy path, but there isn't. I know I have the right mentors. I know that I have systems and technologies within this company that is backing me, that it's absolutely phenomenal, and it's like nothing else in this industry at all. And that's where I planted my flag, right there. That's kind of where my true entrepreneurial journey begins, right? Is now the path I'm on now. Like, there was a lot of stuff that happened before that has got me to where I am today, right? But ultimately, none of that even matters anymore, because none of that is going to get me to where I want to be now, right? I got to recondition myself, recondition my mind, recondition my surroundings, and understand the concepts that I need to learn and master that are going to get me to where I want to be. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that. And between online business and the freedom that offers, the freedom and the potential that the internet provides to people that are willing to put in the sacrifice now for the long-term comfort and actually do the hard work, the freedom lifestyle that comes with online marketing is absolutely incredible. It's not easy, but if it was easy, everyone would do it. But between that, mastering the business side and mastering personal development is so key too. And, coming back to the beginning, like, I never used to think this way. I never even saw a vision like this, like the masses, right? They think that, money's just your slave, right? Or you're a slave to your money, basically. And the only way to earn is to trade your time. And that's what gets people into, the situations they're in and their family struggles and, divorces and stuff like that. And, if you can solve your financial situation, that's 90% of your problems gone. So, money's not everything. It's not. But it gives you the freaking options to change the things in life that you're unhappy about. So why I want to be here and why I've changed my mindset from what I used to think with the corporate world and everything, and why I'm now thinking the entrepreneurial way, because of everything that's happened before, right? Everything happens for a reason. If you can overcome your struggles, you just become a stronger person, right? There was some hard times for sure. Like in anyone's life, there's hard times, but you get over those hard times, and it makes you the person you are today, and it makes you stronger, right? Masses of people would not go the entrepreneurial route, the entrepreneurial path. The masses of people won't do it, and because it's too hard, right? People want it easy, and I wanted it easy at the beginning too, but I just learned that it's not possible. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So that's kind of the short version of my story, guys. Why I've chosen the path I have, right? Taken the route I have and not the traditional ways, the traditional, what society teaches, and why I've veered away from that because of how shitty that is, that lifestyle. You have to find the right mentors, and you have to put in the work early on, and you have to make the short-term inconveniences and the short-term sacrifices for the long-term comfort. Here's another quick view of the lake, my private happy place. I'll see you guys on the next live. Peace.